security purposes, for protecting the royal family, which has 6,000 members, etc., etc. It's the basic, as it were, repression force. Now, this was the force which provided 1,200 soldiers to put down the uprising in Bahrain a month or so ago. At the time, the British government was very, very anxious about allegations of gross breaches of human rights by those troops, and they have a reputation for being pretty bloody brutal, as indeed does Saudi Arabia domestically. Now, what's come out is not simply that we've been training troops, which is we may or may not like it, but it's no great exciting news. But the detail which the government has revealed is that they essentially we provide up to 20 training teams a year to go into Saudi Arabia to train this elite group. And they're being trained in sort of crowd control, in urban sniping, the whole business.
And that's the word.
That sniping is the word that gets you, particularly after all this Libyan stuff. Yeah. And we know that a large number of people, we don't know how large, not on Libyan numbers, but a significant number of innocent non-aggressive demonstrators were killed in Bahrain. We don't know how many of them were killed by the Bahraini forces and how many, if any, were killed by these Saudi chaps. But there they are being trained by the Brits. And now, very briefly, the Ministry of Defence has issued a statement following the Observer story, and it's one of the funniest statements I've ever read. It's an absolute disgrace. UK provides world-class defence training and education to many countries, including the Gulf, blah-de-blow, blah-de-blow. And then when they talk more specifically about the crowd control, the sniping, and the rest, they say, we're training these armed forces, these troops, to the same high standard used by the UK armed forces. We are thus helping to save lives and raise awareness of human rights. We'll tell that to the Bahrainis.
Yes, I suspect we may need a spokesman from Amnesty International back to comment on that.
Yeah, they figure quite prominently in the Observer story too, I may say.
Kate, staying actually in Saudi Arabia.
More Saudi Arabian murkiness.
Let's move on to the Sunday Times.
Yeah, more Saudi Arabian murkiness. It looks as though there are new claims of bribery over a defence deal. You may remember the BAE thing, which was when Tony Blair actually ordered the Serious Fraud Office to ditch an inquiry about bribes for arms deals. We don't know if it's the same thing, but basically what appears to have happened is that there's an investigation into allegations that millions of pounds were given to Saudi officials, as well as gifts and jewellery, to do with a defence contract to beef up telecoms infrastructure, a £2 billion defence contract. So it's saying that David Cameron is facing this. What's not actually clear from the story, because we haven't got it all, because it's got to turn inside, is when this actually happened. But either way, it's sort of landed on David Cameron's plate as a mess to sort out. It's come about by a former commanding officer of the Airborne Signals Regiment who's blowing the whistle by the looks of things. So it's more murkiness in Saudi Arabia. And
it is that resonance, isn't it, of the BAE.
And you just make you think, the BAE may not have been a one-off case, there's more of it.
You slightly feel the real story would be contract with Saudi Arabia, defence contract with Saudi Arabia, no one takes bribe.
Absolutely.
That would be a real
no murky allegations shock.
Yes.
John, let's have a look at the Sunday Telegraph.
Yes, back to the Sunday Telegraph, and here we are, good old Ken Clarke once again.